Time being 7:30, I will call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call of supervisors, please.
Supervisors are present. Supervisors Belsky, Morrissey, and Nudo are excused.
Citizens' comments. Are there any citizens wishing to speak? Any citizens wishing to speak? Any citizens wishing to speak? Seeing none, citizens' comments are closed. Announcements of the chairperson. There is a food drive announcement on your desk. And we also have Claire Cook here tonight with Youth and Governance. Claire, nice to see you. Moving on to supervisor reports. Are there any reports from supervisors? Supervisor Grady.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Excuse me. We had our most recent monthly meeting of the Public Works. It was at Willowbrook and Brookside. It was a meeting that involved a tour before the meeting for facilities, and we're able to witness some of the good things that they do there at Brookside. They have the one-wing Willowbrook, which is dedicated to those who are a little bit more self-sufficient, and then the other side, Brookside, which is for those who require a bit more care. But we were apprised of the situation, and overall it was a good tour, and thank you to those who attended. At the outset of the meeting, as you may have read in the Kenosha News, which was published Monday, I believe, December 1st, they came up with the accident report, which was presented to us by a consultant paid for by Kenosha County, and they detailed quite a bit of the issues we have in Kenosha County from both multiple vehicles and single accidents, and they were set up in a variety of graphs and tables. And I had asked that this information be forwarded not only to our committee members, but to everyone in this room, so you can advise your constituents that these are potential areas of speed, accident, and areas to be aware of. Now, in this particular study, it does not take into, for example, the city of Kenosha. This is mainly Kenosha County, exclusive of city of Kenosha and maybe some of the more, shall we say, populated areas. But it does have the maps, it does have the graphics, and I think in just a moment we're going to actually give you a copy of the Kenosha News article that was published this past Monday, just so you'll be aware of it for yourself and your constituents. In fact, here comes Joe with hot off the press. Here's your Kenosha News article from the previous publication. So thank you, Joe, for doing that. But we'll carry on here. We don't have too much to get through, but we did talk about some of the things that are happening in Public Works. We talked about the highways. We're doing some work on County Highway O. There's going to be a right turn and bypass lane construction anticipated in 2025. County L from State Highway to 30th Avenue, and that's right in the city of Kenosha, part of it is in the Village of Summers, has been completed. That's finally off the list. That was rather a lengthy task due to a variety of soil conditions, construction things. We're going to have some radar speed signs in County KD north of Highway 50 from State Highway 50 to JB. There's going to be 4 of them installed, I believe, probably 2 in the northbound and 2 in the southbound. There's been incidents of speeding, as we've all probably witnessed at one time or another. Parks, I'm trying to see what's new there. We've got a few things that wrapped up for the season. It looks as though fiber, excuse me again, fiber cable has been added to Old Settlers and the Kemper Center, and we're trying to get installation at Silver Lake, and we're talking about just doing the permitting and the different due diligences we have to do there. Out of Bristol Woods, we're going to get a start on that roof for the center, hopefully this month and be done at the end of this month, kind of a tight timeline. What else do we have here? We have Kemper Center has had the gym door replacement. There was kind of an issue with the supplier and purveyor. That's been remedied and fixed up. Facilities, we have the joint services washroom and locker room remodel. That's been completed. They had a couple shower bases they had to make sure they were fixed due to an incorrect pitch to them. We're still trying to resolve public safety building right over here to the north. There's 2 underground tanks, one's for gasoline and one's for diesel. The bids came in way over budget. It was just like, this is not going to fly. So instead of going with the one bidder that came in as the sole bidder, we're going to change the specs a little bit, put it out for rebid, and have that happen next year in the spring. The tanks are not in any danger of failing or causing public hazard. It's just a matter of our insurance company wants them replaced because they have so many years in them and they don't want to see some type of catastrophic failure. So that's in the offing that'll be happening. Out at the detention center, we're in phase 3 of the roof replacements of the infrastructure that is used for heating and cooling, and there was a couple setbacks just in terms of the way the machines were delivered. They had a little bit of less than optimal engineering for some of the, I think it was condensing fan issues. So they were sent back to the manufacturer, which is really smart, rather than being repaired in the field where you could compromise your warranty. So it's stretching it out to be a longer than anticipated thing, but it'll be done properly, and that's, I think, a good thing. County Center replacement generator is on order. The construction for the pad, the actual receptacle for that generator pad, is just to the, what it be, north entrance of the building. As the public access sees it towards the parking lot there, that pad is done, it's completed, it's ready for that structure to go in, so that's good news. And I think I've kind of talked long enough, but here's the happy part. Everyone wants to hear about golf and how wonderful it is. Another record-setting year for golf. More rounds than ever. They're making money. Golfers are happy. But we were cautioned for probably the 3rd time that being the 3rd year in a row we've had record attendance. It can't always continue because it has to be the perfect storm of good weather. It has to be the, golfing public is available to come, and we have to have a good product. So I guess the good news is, yes, it's been good to this point, but the really good news is we're able to offer product to those golfers, to those consumers. They want to come back, that they like it. So with that, I'll yield the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Grady. Any other supervisor reports? Seeing none, supervisor reports are closed.
County Executive Appointments, 24, Thomas Santarelli to serve on the Civil Service Commission.
Refer to Judiciary and Law Enforcement Committee.
25, Pamela Mundling to serve on the Veterans Service Commission.
Refer to Human Services Committee.
26, Michael Mackesy to serve on the Local Emergency Planning Commission.
Refer to Judiciary and Law Enforcement Committee.
New Business Resolution 67 from the Public Works, Facilities, and the Finance and Administration Committees, a request for approval of plat and relocation order for County Trunk Highway W and authorization to acquire right-of-way. This passed unanimously at both committees. Supervisor Franco was excused from Public Works Committee, and Supervisor Nudo was excused from the Finance Committee.
Supervisor Grady.
So moved.
Moved by Supervisor Grady, seconded by Supervisor Gens. Supervisor Grady.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is a second resolution to approve the plat and relocation order for the County W, and this is from Illinois State Line to County C roadway, and it authorizes the improvements, the Director of Public Works to acquire the necessary right-of-way. Relatively boilerplate kind of standard business here, but if there are any questions, we have our Director of Highways here to answer. So we ask your approval this evening.
Thank you, Supervisor Grady. Any discussion on Resolution 67? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Resolution 67 passes unanimously.
Resolution 68 from the Public Works and Facilities and the Finance and Administration Committees, a resolution to approve purchase of property for County Trunk Highway W G, Dutch Gap Canal Bridge Replacement. This passed unanimously at both committees. Supervisor Franco was excused from Public Works, and Supervisor Nuda was excused from the Finance Committee.
Supervisor Grady.
Move the resolution.
Moved by Supervisor Grady, second by Supervisor Gens. Supervisor Grady?
Thank you, Madam Chair. If you look at the last enclosure that has the photo on your document here, it's a tiny little sliver of land that goes along County WG, and we just need it so we can be able to do the necessary infrastructure improvements. Any questions, again, Director is here to answer them, but pretty much standard business. We ask your approval.
Thank you, Supervisor Grady. Any discussion on Resolution 68? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Resolution 68 passes unanimously.
Resolution 69 from the Public Works and Facilities Committee, a resolution to approve an IGA between Kenosha County and the Village of Twin Lakes. This passed unanimously at committee. Supervisor Franco was excused.
Supervisor Grady.
Move the resolution.
Moved by Supervisor Grady, second by Supervisor Decker. Supervisor Grady.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is primarily a housekeeping issue where when the roadbed was done on County Highway EM, which you may well note borders the eastern lakes of Elizabeth and Mary in the Village of Twin Lakes, the water that passes underneath the storm sewer runoff has catchment basins, and it has a variety of areas where that water can migrate to the lower land areas. We were happy to be able to have the coordination of these areas be more suitable for water runoff, and also for pedestrian traffic. So it's kind of a twofer. We really did a good thing out there. The idea of maintaining these catchment basins, these little waterways, we've agreed with the village that they should undertake the maintenance of those, and we would not have the responsibility as a county. Supervisor Nordigan is intimately familiar with the area. If you have any questions, you want to bounce things off him, I'm sure you can answer them, or Public Works Director can here as well, as I should say, Highways Director, but we ask your approval. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Grady. Any discussion on Resolution 69? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Resolution 69 passes unanimously.
Communication 61, communication from Clara Tappa, a civil service ordinance amendment.
Refer to Judiciary and Law Enforcement Committee.
Claims 26, Christopher J. Level White, property damage.
Refer to Corporation Counsel.
The approval of the November 19th, 2024 minutes by Supervisor Robinson.
Supervisor Robinson.
I move to approve the minutes of the November 19th, 2024 meeting.
Moved by Supervisor Robinson, second by Supervisor Decker. Any corrections? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Second.
Motion by Supervisor Decker to adjourn, second by Supervisor Robinson. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned.